wake up music. Yes, my ancestors of the slavery of the past. It's gonna give me what I gotta do. But I ain't gotta move fast. I'm just cruise. Keep doing what I do. Yeah, from me to you. We never lose. Something that I always say while I get on the mic this way. I don't believe in fate. I believe in action. But there will be no reaction with my tactics. Get it out. Listen to the power coming out my mouth. Hey, brother X. Yeah, what's next? Next. Listen to nature. I'm here. Ain't no fear. The end is near. I'm here. I can't have no fear. My ancestors is here. Have no fear. Raw. Yeah, no fear. The end is near. My ancestors here. I can't have no fear. Here. I can't have no fear. Man, please hear. My ancestors here. I keep on coming with the tactics. Get up on the mic here with my tactics. I don't care if life just active. Yeah, in the haters, matches back up. I'ma do this straight up my dome. Yeah, got my own. Yeah, got my home. Keep doing this. Yeah, I don't care if I'm wrong. Yeah, I'ma own up to it. And it's like, yo, I can't have no bitch. Yeah, still on the track and I love to spit. Man, it is so smooth. Yeah, while I cruise. Yeah, I'm trying to be a good dude. Something, man, that I always say something to make you live every day. Yeah, want you to be happy and say, yeah. Pray for your family, making it through. Yeah, I'm on this mic, yeah, I'm trying to school, but I don't think I'm better than you. Just want you to win and be good too. Be the best you can, and you stand. In this life, gotta be a grown man, yeah. Now I overstand. In this life, living in this land, yeah. Things come against me, but I'm still on this mic. How I get it in this beat. How I breathe. Have no fear. Have no fear. My ancestors everywhere. The end is near. Listen, man, just here.
Brothers and sisters, generals, welcome to another edition of EBX Discussion and/or EBX and Lord Lamont Show, and thank those that's been riding along, current subscriber, new subscriber, anybody that view, I salute you and thank you. And may that great divine just be in our life, as I always say, keep us strong and keep us prospering. And we're going to get into some hip hop. And as you heard in the intro, it's a song that I had in the end screen of a song I did called Positive Energy. And I did this song probably last week or something like that. And that was a song that was playing in the intro, and it's called Just Here. And it was raw. I didn't do it any digital or anything. And and it's beautiful to be able to do that, brothers and sisters, to do stuff just straight raw, off the cuff. And I did that for a reason, because as you can see on the banner and or a thumbnail, Lil Wayne is going to be our inspiration today. And I think Lil Wayne was a very extraordinary artist, as many out there. And I'll put Tech Nine in that category, very extraordinary. Outkast, Big Boy, Andre 3000, very extraordinary. I love extraordinary artists. King ISO. These are artists my son and I have mentioned in the past, because I do the podcast called Hip Hop Heavy Hitters and R&B and comedy. So just little different, different branches of the same tree here on this here channel. Man, just be thankful and grateful of the gifts that great divine give us, brother, sister, family in the world, online. And I always got to give it to our ancestors, man, who fought so very hard to get many of us the gifts that we have today. Righteous brother and sister who are general, far and near. And the body may lay to rest, but the spirit lives on through us, brothers and sisters. And like I said in the intro, that was called Just Here. And what that song was about is how pleasant and nature can be, but also can be the most powerful force. And it is the most powerful force we'll ever experience, as well as that great divine. Salute. We'll always salute one's great divine, man. But putting that hand over over my family, brothers and sisters in the world online. We sending that positive energy out, like the song I made called Positive Energy. And salute to I would say the golden school artists who whether it's R&B or hip hop or any kind of music that's coming from the toes through your soul. I salute you. You know, we got artists out there, OG artists that's still putting it down, that's keeping hip hop together. Cause I'm gonna get into that, you know, hip hop. And salute to my son, Lord Lamont. I will be speaking with him. I just had to take a little break and you know, take care of some things. I spent time with Ethan this weekend. You know, I can always improve more in that area, but I do spend time with him. I didn't make it to his school last week, but I will make it this week. And but I spent time with him. I dedicated the weekend to him last weekend, you know, and got some things done. And I have this thing, and I'll pass this energy on to others, you know, that ride along on EBX discussion. You know, I love doing this, and it's wonderful. And I'll be showing my face too, because I know I don't show my face a lot. Sometimes I will. And again, I just like doing these podcasts because it's intimate and it's comfortable, you know. And as I always say, when that great divine tells one to speak, I speak. When that great divine tells one to shut up, I shut up. But yeah, me and Lord Lamont will be getting back together, and you know, I just had to take care of some things, and trying to teach him something in life. You know, we gotta, you know, we lock on to each other. You know, we help one another, but we gotta also know what our own purpose is. You know, because as we all say, the internal is the most beautiful thing in the world when we can connect to that divine spirit deep in the belly and the bowels of our soul. When we can get to the pit, the bottom of our soul, man, that's when the journey begins, you know, and get to that great part of us. You know, everything don't always have to be dramatic. Of course, we go through the challenges in life, person, place, thing, in ourselves, but let's focus on the great part of ourselves and grow from that, flourish, you know, and that could be music, life, it doesn't matter. Don't always have to have a platform. Don't let social media or media dictate our purpose. We have our own purpose outside this media. But like I said, I dedicated this past weekend to Ethan. I spent time with him, and again, I will be volunteering this week. I'll be keeping those posted on that. And I will be reading a page from my book called Unlocking the Vault, because I was going to read it on the last podcast I did, but you know, get to talking, and you know, like I say, speaking is like a journey. We never know what will come up out of our divine spiritual memory bank. It's beautiful, you know, it's beautiful. But I'll be reading the page today, and as I said, I got 2 books. The next one I'm starting is Solitude Strength. I'm up to 8 pages, and Unlocking the Vault is 50 pages. But that great divine just be in my family's life, my children, brothers and sisters in the world online, a global meditative prayer. Y'all know how I do it. Call down that great protection from that great divine for ourselves and from ourselves, so we never ever become our own worst enemy, because that's the worst thing one can do for oneself. So we can see, you know, blind ignorance is danger. Did a podcast on that. That's right here on one's channel. But I played that song in the intro because it was straight raw. There was no digital or anything. And again, that song explains nature. That's why I entitled it Just Here. Wake up, music. Just here. Just listen. That's all we got to do to our spirit. Just listen. The answer will come to us. But we can't, of course, as we all say, with all this noise and, of course, distractions. We hear that word a lot, but, you know, I say it 1,000 times. Can't break a spell unless we know we're under one. And I want to get to this rat beefing thing. I want to get into that because I'm sick of the rat beefing and the rat battles is unnecessary to me, in one's opinion. I'm going to get into that. But again, look for music from L'Oreal Lyrical. May she rest in peace and empire. I just not too long ago played a song from her and 2 other sisters called Phenomenal Chick with Angela Jackson, aka Shiree, and Sam K, which is the producer of many songs that L'Oreal Lyrical made, you know, when she was conquering this earth. You know, her spirit with me though every time I speak, as well as others in one's family that no longer with us, you know, my dad and so many others. I always keep them in one's spirit, you know. It's how we stay strong and whole, you know, never forgetting our loved ones. Yeah, but look for music from her, L'Oreal Lyrical, rest in peace and in power, Lord Lamont, L'Oreal Lyrical, excuse me, and Lord Lamont. And he got his guitar and everything over here. So, and we will be doing a music session. I want to say it'll be next weekend. I'm gonna work on it. See what happens. But yeah, the next father and son discussion will be a music session because I want him to get back into his music, get back into his passion. Because he's really he loves and he's pretty educated on various genres. So I like that about Lord Lamont. He's come a long way. As well as all my children. Salute. My biological and divine, so thank that great divine for the wonderful things that it brings along our path that are righteous and positive. Of course, we have the challenges too, but let's focus on the positive as much as possible. But yeah, again, that song in the intro was a description of nature, how pleasant and beautiful it can be, as well as great divine, but it also can be the most powerful two forces, and they ain't gonna take no shit. And as I always say, great divine, mama nature will spank that ass if you keep messing with it, keep going against it, so that's what that represented. And that's why I had that kind of beat, because I wanted to show the powerful side of mama nature and also the pleasant, because it's a beautiful side to mama nature if we pay attention to it. So that's what that song represented in the intro. So let's get to it, my music lovers and my hip hop heads out there. Appreciate the art, break the cycle. It's time to break the cycle. And I don't know, I'm sure many people know what hip hop really represents. What I've learned from the great Professor Griff, salute, and many other many others who are educated on music and or hip hop. High infinite power, helping our people. That's what we need to focus on. Now, in that phrase, where do we hear rap battles or beefing? High infinite power, HIP, helping our people, HOP. That's what one should focus on. That's my advice to young artists, and this could apply to any genre of music. Think about it, the music we hear, and again, I'm just placing one's opinion and or theory, but I know how music make me feel, and I'm sure others who love music the way I do can relate to where I'm coming from. Now, we get up in the levels of awareness or age, and we learn how to question things. Now, music is one of them. Now, when we hear what kind of music, now this could go for anything, but we're just stopping on music, because as I said from the great Professor Griff, we look in things, not just at it. So, but when we listen to music, what kind of music do we like? What do we listen to on the regular? What is our music frequency? Especially, let's stop on hip hop, because we're speaking on hip hop. And again, Lil Wayne is our inspiration. And this song here is called John Lennon. And it was one of my favorite songs by Lil Wayne. Rick Ross, his verses was dope, but this is one of them songs Lil Wayne could have done by himself. Lil Wayne was a powerhouse when he first came out, and he kind of had that DMX energy. At the beginning when Lil Wayne was like, when he's making all those mixtapes, and Lil Wayne was a powerhouse. He really can. And I've always wanted him to gear his music more toward, black empowerment, because he has that stadium type energy, in my opinion, because this song here was a powerhouse, John Legend, and I love the way it comes on and the energy Lil Wayne had. And I like the setting and the black and white and how he was standing there with the mic. It struck me as kind of old school, and he's standing there at the mic and how he was bobbing his head when it first come on. Dun, 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 and just, I love it. It was great. Salute to Lil Wayne for that song. And another song that I spoke on, matter of fact, I put it in the end screen, is Divine Love. And I spoke on B.O.B. and Lil Wayne, but I didn't have Lil Wayne picture on the banner. It was a depiction of the lady and the baby in that song called How to Love, which is my favorite song by Lil Wayne. Because when you hear him in that song, you can hear the passion, so salute to that. And I'll put that in the end screen. It got B.O.B. on the thumbnail. It was one of them songs. I think it's Airplanes. I took a little clip from, and it shows B.O.B. with a hood on. He's like standing off in the shadows. And it shows Divine Love on the title. So I'll put that in the end screen, because I spoke on how I wish but That's the kind of songs that I would want Lil Wayne to make more of, songs of that nature, because that was a good song. Because as I say, folks, most songs we hear, whether it's R&B, blues, or hip hop, the songs we remember are the ones that were positive, ones that were feel good songs. I'm talking about righteously feel good songs. So maybe some love songs, stuff like that too, but just songs that make us feel good. So How to Love was one of them songs. And even though Wayne, as I said before, Wayne's not a singer, but because he came from a place of passion and he really felt that song, that's what made him sing good in that song. So I'm saying that to say the energy we feel, the music we listen to, the music we put out, the frequency we carry deep within will determine what we exude out to the world. Whatever we harbor in the pit of that soul, it's always going to come out. There's no getting around that. So that's why I don't like rap battling, and appreciate our art, brothers and sisters. And I'm kind of speaking on all music, but of course I'm stopping on hip hop. And like I said, Lil Wayne, How to Love, that was one of my favorite songs, because you can hear the passion. And I think him and Chris Brown was a great collaboration when they got together. I think they should make something new, something positive. That's what we leave behind. As I was getting ready to say a little while ago, the songs we remember the most are the positive ones, the ones that make us, ones that uplift us, ones that remember good times, music like that. Again, R&B, blues, hip hop, and any other genre. We, Lord of myself, we speak on other genres. Again, HIP, High Infinite Power, HOP, helping our people. Is beefing necessary? Is that appreciating the craft? And is it breaking the cycle? We got to break that beefing cycle. And I have to say, hip hop started that beefing shit. I remember when it used to be fun and all that, but we're living in the age now where we can kind of get a hold of more information about things, especially about the body and stuff like that, if we're serious and really learning and trying to heal and build and help oneself and everyone else, if we're able to. Now, back in the day, we didn't have all this technology and all that. I mean, we had dictionaries and stuff like that, but some people were in a space where they were educating themselves and some weren't. Some weren't. But now, we're in a different time, we're in a space where we can educate oneself. So I wanted to kind of research, and we know what anxiety does. And rap battling, even if you have good intentions, it still builds anxiety. And not everyone can handle beefs or rap battling, even if they don't show it, doesn't mean they don't feel it inside. And what if you touch a nerve, and some people are too sensitive to have rap battles or beef. I've even heard stories where people have gotten killed. I remember this story. I can't remember what her name was, but I'm sure some of our hip hop heads can remember this story. I can't remember what her name was. My son and I spoke on this on a father and son discussion years ago, maybe a couple years ago. And I remember this. It was this young black girl, and she was rap battling these two young black boys, these two young brothers. And she was so cold. She tore them down so bad. Do you know they killed this girl? They caught her out. They took her and they lured her out in the woods or something like that and killed this girl just because she embarrassed them in a rap battle, a rap beef. So ever since, I remember I've seen it on somebody's platform. Ever since I heard about that, I've never liked rap battles. I hate rap battling and beefs. I think it's fucking stupid and unnecessary. And it brings anxiety and stress. And I'm going to get into that. So, excuse me. So when I heard about that, that's terrible, man. So that's why beefing, I think, is stupid. I think we need to do away with it. It's time to break the cycle. We're in a new age. Because I came across a rap battle. I didn't click onto the brother's platform. This is a brother platform I listen to that's pretty good. He speaks on hip hop and he's funny. I can't remember what his name is, but it's a brother I listen to sometimes. And he had on his thumbnail The Game on one side and Kendrick on the other. I'm like, come on, man. Are you fucking kidding me? Really? Haven't Kendrick done enough? The Game, come on now. That's what I said. It's time to break the cycle. And the game is damn near my age, if I'm not mistaken. Up in them 50s, it's time to change. That's why I say salute to Project Pat. I mentioned him before. Project Pat switched from that shit. He's seeking God, the real God. Him and D1. Salute to them brothers. You'll never. They stay away from that type of shit, beefing and all that. And I think J. Cole, salute. I think J. Cole kind of stays away from that type of shit too, because it builds anxiety. It's a cousin of stress. I mean, it's unnecessary. It's unneeded. It really is. So I hope Kendrick stay away from that. I mean, you've done enough. Stay away from that. Focus on just making music and lifting the people. And inspiring others. Beefing is not inspiring. It's entertainment. It's trendy and it's unnecessary and it's fucking stupid in my opinion. So I hope it don't be no beef between, no rap battle, I should say, between the game and Kendrick. I don't want to see it. I'm not interested. I'm into spiritual unity and upliftment, righteous spiritual unity and upliftment of the people or whoever loves music and or hip hop. Because in my opinion, it's time to break the fucking cycle. And to me, that's not appreciating the art. And again, it breeds anxiety and stress. And even though a person don't show it on the outside, again, sometimes we can't tell what a person is feeling on the inside unless we really have fire discernment, and we are really masters of our emotions, because it leads from one thing to the next. And beefing is stupid. And again, is it necessary? Think of how beefing make you feel. It's not a good feeling, and it's a waste of energy. It really is. It's almost like how we budget our money. As many of us philosophers say, we budget our energy. And giving it to beefing and rap battles, to me, it's fucking stupid. It's not necessary. It's wasted energy. Again, why not put that energy into? Just think of the game and Kendrick make a song together. Collabing. I don't know what it is. What is wrong with collabing? Why is no Eddie Murphy said this in the movie. I remember I took this from a movie for Eddie Murphy made, Holy Man, one of my favorite movies. I'm gonna put that in the end screen. It's a video I made for a podcast, and I had Eddie Murphy's picture on the banner and or thumbnail. And if we remember the movie Holy Man, which is one of his underrated movies, and actually it's a very good movie, and he dropped a lot of jewels in that movie. And one of the things he said in there, we in awe at destruction, but we yawn at creation. And that is so fucking true. Everybody, this trend, when we get on the beefing thing, everybody and their mama is on it, But we also have generals and soldiers that also are for the collaboration of artists, but not enough. It's way too many people want drama and bullshit, and then wonder why some of our youngsters, whether brother or sister, are out here messed up in the head. But I will say a lot of young brothers and young sisters, or young male and young females, are waking up. So I'm thankful for that. Be thankful for that. But we got grown MFs, excuse my language, that are still perpetuating this beefing. I mean, we need to get rid of that shit, please. Why is hip hop the only genre with fucking beefing? I mean, it's time to do away with it, Time to break the fucking cycle, do something new, So any beefing, I don't want to know nothing about it. I don't care. I'm not entertained by that shit. We should be looking to educate oneself along with joy and fun and, and loving our, connecting with our loved ones. Never forget that. But if it's not uplifting us, making us better, giving us a righteous frequency within, a good vibration, it's a waste of energy. Beefing breeds anxiety. And what have we learned from the past about beefing, especially when it comes to hip hop? People have lost their lives because of beefing. You got people, I'm talking about grown adults, still dragging around 20, 30-year-old beefs. And it's fucking ridiculous, and it's stupid, and it needs to stop, So, I'm going to be like the other generals. I'm going to add to humanity and their culture, not take away, And I actually get that jewel from Doggy Diamonds. Because I remember he said, the music we're doing, are we appreciating? our art? Are we breaking the cycle? Are we adding to humanity and or culture, or are we taking away? So ponder that. So to me, beefing and rap battles takes away. I don't care if it's good. You know, I mean, again, it can be a good clean, because I know brothers who have good clean rap battles. Matter of fact, I'll give an example. Let me see. Method Man and I can't remember the brother's name. But it's a very awesome, it's an awesome platform. But Method Man, you know where the brothers be in the barbershop and they be speaking and stuff. Now the brother that owns this platform, I can't remember what his name is, but he dope ass brother. All of them are dope. The guests he have on there, and I love their discussions. But Method Man and this other brother, they had a little rap battle, but I never saw it. But it was in fun. You know, it was no tension or anything. But that's rare. You know what I'm saying? A person really have to be in tune with their spirit and not, you know, and not let things mess with them to get in a rap battle. Now that's a good example. You know, I don't remember what the brother name was, but if many people have seen Method Man, he's it's the brother platform, and I can't remember what his name is, but it's a dope ass platform, and it always shows the brothers sitting in a barbershop. And I can't remember what the name of that. It's awesome, and I like his intro and how it comes on. It's a dope ass. Like I said, it's a dope ass platform. But again, it comes on. It shows the front of the building of the barbershop. It's something cut. Something cut. That's the name of it. I can't. If I can remember it in this podcast, I'll bring it up. But I'm sure we've all seen it. He's had Method Man on there a lot. Now those two brothers, and I'm talking about the owner of that platform. Now those two brothers, they had an awesome collaboration. I didn't get to see it, but I heard them discussing it, and they were laughing and joking about it, and it was in fun. No tension, you know. So, but that's cool. But man, this beef and shit, we got to do away with it. We got to break the cycle, man. Straight up, we got to do something different. How long are we gonna drag this rap battling and beef shit on? I mean, it's time to band together and bring hip hop back to what it was meant to be in the first place. And also, it's time to. Hip hop needs a cleansing. We need to cleanse out all this fruity, weird ass behavior that has nothing to do. Killing, you know, taking people's lives, all this fruity, weird ass behavior, all that shit need to be cleaned out of hip hop. If it has nothing to do with music or hip hop, we need to do the fuck away with it. Seriously, you know, it's time to do it with it. Things are exposed now. Things are out there now. Now it's time to reset and assess and reset and clean all the dirty, dumb shit out of hip hop and get back to high infinite power helping our people. You know, beefing and rap battling is nowhere in that phrase, you know. So again, we're going into a rap beef, or even music lovers who are listening, even if you're not an artist and you're listening, question it. Is it necessary? Do we need it? Why are we doing it? You know, question these things, you know. So what kind of music do we listen to? What do we view every day? You know, what's in our psyche? What do we harbor in our thoughts concerning music? Any kind of music, but and/or hip hop, you know, because everything we think in that psyche will matter on the outside. It will come because, you know, whatever's in our psyche transmit through our brain and comes through our eyes or out our mouth or in our ears, you know. So, man, it's beautiful when one can win that war in that psyche. I'm telling you. Can conquer anything on the outside, person, place, thing, especially if it's toxic, you know. So of course I got a hip hop break. I always got a hip hop break, and I want to come back and I got some salutes of some artists I may have mentioned, you know, here recently, but I got some salutes and rest in peace to some artists I want to speak on, you know, and I want to read a page from my book, and I do have some summaries on how beefing builds anxiety, even when we think we strong or whatever. Because again, people who get in these rap battles and stuff, and if they do feel some kind of way, not everybody shows it, and sometimes that's dangerous. Like the story I told a little while ago about the young sister who was so fucking awesome on the mic, she got her life taken. Now just think about that. That's crazy. And I remember Lawyer Lyrical, my cousin, rest in peace and in power, she used to say that. She said when she used to be at open mic, me and my son discussed this, Lord of mine, we talked about this. And And I did support her on some things, but she used to go to this open mic. And I don't do the club thing. I stopped doing the club thing because it's gotten too dangerous over the years. And I don't know, some brothers, not all brothers now, because I've met some great brothers along this journey. Real talk, salute. But of course, we run into the toxic ones. And a lot of times at these club settings and open mics and rap battling and stuff, it's always one or two that's toxic. So going back to my cousin, Laura Lyrical, she said when she used to go to the open mics and rap, the ones she had the most problems with was the toxic brothers. And that's crazy. She said it wasn't even the females. It was the brothers. They was like jealous of her because she could flow. And I said, man, that's crazy, man. And again, that's some shit we got to change. Real talk. You jealous of a sister? I mean, you shouldn't be jealous of nobody at all. But you jealous of a sister? Really? Man, that's crazy, man. So I've never been jealous of anyone. A lot of us have carried gifts and things we can do for years. Just some of us knew we had gifts inside. Some of us didn't. Some of us took a while to develop it and then manifest it. No, we haven't. So I mean, that's poison. And that's a human reaction. That's not spiritual. That's poison. So, and that's a part of anxiety. So I just wanted to bring that up. So that's why I don't like rap battles and beefing. Again, I think it's fucking stupid. And it doesn't show appreciation of the art. When one is beefing, you're not even thinking about lifting nobody up or high infinite power. It's an ego thing to me. It's like the clash of egos. That's what beefing and rap battles are to me. So again, before we enter any kind of beef though, but we talking about music, is it high infinite power and is it helping our people? Ponder that. So it's time to break the fucking cycle. Real talk. All right, so let's get to this hip hop break. And as I always do, and again, when I come back, I'm gonna salute some artists and I want to read a couple of summaries. I always have a hip hop stimulation break, and sometimes it be songs one have heard before, but I do that so it'll be a reminder. Yep. And of course, the first song out the gate is High Infinite Power, is what we talking about. And I did this song twice. I did it once where it was like a podcast, and then I did one where I showed my face. Yep. And I might put that in the end screen. Okay, you know what? I put that in the end screen where it shows my face, where I did it's a video. I did the song, but I showed my face, just so people can see my face. And the one with Eddie Murphy, where I talked about we're always in awe of destruction, but yawn at creation. It's so fucking true. That is so society. Yep. So I put that in the end screen. I just thought it was interesting, and I kind of spoke on. And when I made that podcast with it's a depiction of the Holy Man, the movie. And I'm telling you, that movie has some jewels in it. But I remember I spoke on, that's when Tyson fought that white dude. That's back when I made that podcast, and how everybody wanted Tyson to fight. And I was talking about how I wish people would leave Tyson alone and stop wanting him to fight and let him live his damn life. Real talk. So when I made that podcast is when that Jake Paul and Tyson thing went on. Because I remember hearing after that fight that Tyson had blood leaking from his nose. He was dripping blood from his nose or something like that. But that didn't get talked about. So that's why I said we need to stop that shit. I mean, the world, again, we always in awe of destruction, but we yawn at creation. And I'm so tired of that shit. Real talk. So, all right. But that'll be in the end screen, But let's get to this song, High Infinite Power. Get to this hip hop break, I meant to say. But this particular song will be in the end screen, and it shows me, so people can see my face. So be back after this. High Infinite Power. Be right back.
High infinite power, helping our people. High infinite power, helping our people. Yeah, high infinite power, helping our people. Yeah, high infinite power. Yeah, helping our people. High infinite power. Yeah, helping our people. High infinite power. Yeah, something passion for your soul. My sisters and my bros, helping our people, that's all one knows. So get up out the pulpit, out from the bullshit. You don't like me? I mean, I'ma still speak, keeping that divine, all in my mind, one of a kind. I be organized and you don't have to grind. Be just let it flow and let your spirit shine in every rhyme. Be true to oneself and you'll be fine. Stay spiritual and you don't intertwine. Living in the world, I create a design, a truth like rain, so I'm gon' shower, helping our people, high infinite power, high infinite power, helping our people, high infinite power, helping our people, high infinite power, helping our people, helping our people. I'll keep on doing this, no such thing as quit. No. I'm never stressed out, never having no fear. Man, I grab your soul and I uplift. And in this life, I will not diss. Gotta be a beast, a righteously, and never be blind. I will always see my children and my family. And in this life, want us all to be free. Gotta stay so fucking strong, go while I'm in my zone. I got my divine, never leave us alone. I stay like this, got my God, I'm rich. And yeah, I ain't about making no fucking hits. High infinite power, helping our people. High infinite power, helping our people. Brothers and sisters, brothers and sisters, you know what? High infinite power, helping our people, helping our people. That's what it should be about, brothers and sisters, lifting one another. Don't forget what it took to get us where we are. HIP, high infinite power, helping our people. Salute!
Real talk. Yep, don't forget what it took to get us where we are, you know. And, you know, like I said on the banner here, I thought this video was so dope. The setting, how Wayne came with that energy, I love it, man. Good frequency, you know. And also like the collab he did with Tech Nine, you know, Tech Nine and Lil Wayne collab. And he has some very some amazing things to say about Lil Wayne. And they did a song together called I'm on My Buddha. And Lil Wayne actually only did the hook and Tech Nine just flowed. And what he's talking about on that Buddha is, he was on his spiritual center self. He was centering himself. He on a spiritual journey. That's what Lil Wayne was saying in that song when he said I'm on my Buddha. And this dope. I like how he just did the hook and Tech Nine did the verses. So I thought that was dope. Salute to those brothers. And Tech Nine in collab with some of everybody. Y'all always hear me talk about Tech Nine. That's my favorite artist. I have a lot, but he my number one. I love Tech Nine. I've been listening to Tech Nine since the 90s. You know, I stayed back in Kansas because he's from Kansas. So that's why I can kind of relate to him, you know. Again, I got many podcasts, heavy hitters, tribute lists. I always speak on Tech Nine. And he got a dope ass, he got a monster empire, real talk. Tech Nine been getting it in for a long, long time. And man, phenomenal rapper. And again, he's extraordinary, real talk. And I'm sure many people have heard Tech Nine, know what I'm talking about. Yep, so let's get to this next song called Purpose. And when we know what our purpose is, it's beautiful. And remember, it ain't always got to be no social media thing. Just overall, a general thing. Knowing what our purpose is in life. And it's whatever it is, you know. And grow from it. If it's something we love, and some do what we love and love what we do. I say that all the time, you know. Nothing to hurt ourselves or no one else. And we'll flourish in this life, I promise you. But that's only when we know what our purpose is on this planet, because I truly do feel that in one soul. Everybody has a purpose, whether small or big. It's just a matter of our perception and what we hold in the belly of our soul. So be back after this, spell breakers. Purpose. And I played this before, but it's for those who may not have heard it, or it's a reminder. Be back after this.
For my brothers and my sisters and my family, and to my generals, salute. Gotta have a purpose, or it ain't worth it. Or it ain't worth it. Gotta have a purpose, or it ain't worth it. Or it ain't worth it. Gotta have a purpose, or Oh, it ain't worth it. In this life, man, gotta have a purpose. Hey, it ain't worth it. In this life, man, gotta have a purpose. Oh, it ain't worth it. Oh, it ain't worth it. Gotta have a purpose. Hey, oh, it ain't worth it. Worth it. In this life, gotta have a purpose. Keep moving on. Gotta do things to keep us strong. And making sure, man, that we see. And we gotta be free in these streets. No one never stop, and I bring that positivity through this hip hop. I don't give a damn, yeah, I say about the top. I keep moving on in this life with the great divine zone. And all I can see is my general. Gotta stay bold and never fold. I gotta be firm on this foundation. Look at the things that we've been through. Keep concentration. I gotta keep control. Yeah, from my sisters and my bros. Yeah, with your vibrations, high expectations, man, never low. Gotta have a purpose. Hey, oh, it ain't worth it. In this life, gotta have a purpose. Hey, it ain't worth it. Hey, if we don't have a purpose. Hey, in this life, oh, it ain't worth it. I mean, we gotta have a purpose. Brothers and sisters, it ain't worth it. If we man, I don't have a purpose. Yeah, a man, no, I'm not a perfect man, but I'm here. A man here, I stand. And listen to the positive words and that I'm saying. I ain't no master gonna get me, I'm never scammed. And yeah, I'm never a slave. Yeah, I'm here today. This is why I feel this way on this mic while I lay. Positive things, man, all up in my bones. And in this life, man, I gotta, yeah, stay strong. You probably hear me say the word, yeah, man, a lot. I gotta do this to keep my life hot and in control. And yeah, be a good bro. And yeah, I'm trying my best to mental live souls. I keep these words grooving, yeah, stay up on this beast. And in this life, I continue, man, being a beast. Cause I'm giving this insight so we can see brothers and my sisters and also my family purpose. Hey, oh, it ain't worth it. In this life, gotta have a purpose. Hey, oh, it ain't worth it. Brothers and sisters, gotta have a purpose. Hey, oh, it ain't worth it. In this life, gotta have a purpose. Hey, oh, it ain't worth it. In this life, gotta have a purpose. Brothers and sisters, know what I'm saying? We gotta have something righteous, man, to look forward to. You know, wake up every day with affirmations. Think of the wonderful divine things that plow through. You know, family, brothers and sisters, me and you. Purpose, hey, oh, it ain't worth it. In this life, gotta have a purpose. Hey, oh, it ain't worth it. Yeah. I mean, we gotta have a purpose. Yeah. Brothers and sisters, you know what? Oh, it ain't worth it.
Real talk. Gotta have a purpose, brothers and sisters. What is our purpose in life? And are we an ally? You know, ponder that. You know, are you an ally? You know, are we a follower or are we a leader? And I'm talking about deep within. You know, I always say leaders and teachers with a student spirit. Real talk. Always be in a space to learn. You know, that way we don't miss things. Real talk. Learn as much as we possibly can while we on this planet, you know. Whether it's music, education about the body, definitely learn about ourselves because we will appreciate the art, and that's any kind of art. But I'm just stopping on hip hop because, as I said, Lil Wayne is our inspiration, and you gotta admit, whoever seen this song or this video, it was dope. It was powerful. You know, I just love hip hop. As I said, hip hop is my first love. So, but I love all kinds of music, to be honest. Because a lot of things have been sampled from different kinds of music through hip-hop. Hip-hop is universal all day long. It's a spiritual, universal art. And that's why I get upset, and that's why I talk the way I talk when I see rap beefs and rap battles. I mean, again, a fun rap battle, which is rare. But if one is too sensitive within and it leads to someone's demise and losing their life, it's not even worth it, you know. And again, it breeds anxiety. And I'm going to get into that. So I'm going to get to these salutes. And one salute is rest in peace and in power. I read this before, but Earl Simmons, DMX, rest in peace and in power. And it shows and I was just watching a clip of him with Ice Cube and DMX. It said featuring DMX. It was a little real. I didn't even know they did a live show together, which was dope. And it was one of Cube's songs. It was nice to see them brothers on the stage together. So it was like a memory of DMX and Ice Cube. That's a that's definitely a dope collaboration right there. So salute to that. And salute, of course, salute to Cube, many things he's done, you know. Yep. So again, rest in peace and in power, DMX. He would have been 55, but his birthday was probably maybe 3 weeks ago, something like that. He would have been 55. All right. Salute. Rest in peace and in power, DMX. And I want to give a salute to my son, Lord Lamont, you know, who also does music. And Great Divine still got him here for a reason, because he's a part of hip hop too, and music, period. And something I wanted to read, why we shouldn't beef and we should appreciate our art and break the freaking cycle. Some inspiration from some sisters I read, and it shows when one come together, how we can build, or you know, we as a culture can build an empire. I read this before, but it's inspiring. I want to read it again. See, a 75K building bought by 4 sisters in 1983 is now worth over 1 million. And their 40-year story shows the power of cooperative ownership. See, now again, and I've spoken to these sisters before, and they all are up, according to the picture I'm looking at. They're all up in their 60s or a little older. And they did this back in 1983. And it says their 40-year story shows the power of cooperative ownership. And they all look good. Like I said, when we take care of black, it don't crack. But this beefing and stuff, what people don't think about, it even if it's a fun beef, it's still a little bit of anxiety, and it chips away at our immune system. So that's what shapes our skin and have us looking young. What we think, that frequency and that psyche, it does matter. Yep. So that's some inspiration for our artists, you know, our hip hop artists, whether male, female, brother or sister. Try to stay away from anything that builds anxiety, you know, because it does build a little tension. Even when it's fun, it still builds a little tension, you know, a little tension. So ask ourselves, is it necessary? Do we need it? In my opinion, no, we don't. I would say banding together and being more positive is a way more better feeling than beefing or any kind of rat battling, because positive energy doesn't breed any anxiety at all. So again, these sisters can be a great inspiration. Just think if they were beefing and didn't get along, you know, and here they are 40 years later. And this is an old post. It's probably about a couple weeks old. But yeah, that's just an inspiration for our artists. You know, the power of ownership is beautiful. And that's another thing too. Try to own our own mind, own our own music if possible, even though the music I do are not my beats. I always put that disclaimer out there. They're from Rat Fame, an app in Play Store. But I do have a beat system now. So I will be working on some beats. And that's something that will be on the next Father and Son discussion with Lord Lamont. Salute. Again, we're going to have a music session. It might be next weekend. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. But look for it soon. But yeah. You know, and owning our own music and making our own purpose and making our own way. Again, as long as it's not hurting ourselves or no one else. And appreciate our art and break the fucking cycle. Please, at all costs. And that not just in music, in life in general. You know, the old traditional black ways. You know, it's time to be the powerful beings that Great Divine has called so many of us to be. Brother, sister, family in the world, online. So salute to them sisters, man. The Great Divine got them here for a reason, and they all still alive. That's beautiful. 1983. That look, that's and I said before, and I say it again. That choice they made in that present brought them a bright future. You know, y'all know what I say. What we do righteous in the present. All right, you can finish the rest. Ultimately, benefit us in the what? The future, brothers and sisters. All right. Another salute to Mary J. Blige. I talked about this before. She turned 55 about a couple weeks ago. Looked beautiful in this picture. And as I said, she's like a female Al Green. Mary J. Blige got me through some tough times back in the 90s. And I commented on a photo she did. And let me see. It was one of these rap platforms. They show positive stuff. And I commented it on there. And I swear about 4 or 5 people replied. And I said what I just said now. That's what I put in there. I put salute Mary J. Her music got me through some tough times in the 90s. And it did. And what's ironic, she was kind of going through a rough patch back then, because that's, if you, as we can remember, that's when Mary J used to wear that hat. She used to wear a hat over her eyes, but she used to keep her face covered because she was kind of dealing with some stuff back then. I remember that. And but as you see, as the years went on, she eventually stopped wearing the hat. She was letting herself be seen, and because it was a long time where Mary J didn't show her face. She kept her face hid. She always wore those hats, which were cool. I thought that was a dope look, though. And eventually she started showing her beauty. She started being more feminine. She started showing her hair and face. So it's just awesome to watch the changes in artists, and that's brother or sister, so. And a lot of people reply to that, brothers and sisters. So I salute to that, to those people who show love in that comment. I don't look for, validation or likes or nothing like that. But it is nice when we can connect to some intelligent brothers and sisters in this social media land. So that's the good part about social media, aside from the toxic part. But I just wanted to bring that up. So salute to Mary J. Again, look beautiful at 55, as I mentioned before. Look like she could be 40. Look radiant, beautiful. Man, real talk, Mary J. You looking gorgeous, my sister. And rest in peace and in power to Aaliyah. And she would have been 47. And this is an old post. Probably maybe, again, about a couple weeks, maybe 3 weeks ago. She would have been 47 today. And she looks so beautiful in this picture. And that beautiful dimples. I didn't know she had dimples. And it says, forever missed, never forgotten. Happy heavenly birthday goes out to Aaliyah Dana Hawkton. She would have turned 47, and there will never ever be another Aaliyah. I don't care who come out, who do what. There will never be another Aaliyah. And again, I speak on her situation. It always pisses me off. We all have heard about the theories of how she transitioned and all that. Every time I think about that shit, it fucking pisses me off. And everybody that was in her life that didn't protect her, fuck them too. People that didn't help her, and just, it pisses me off when I think about shit like that. Because she was so beautiful, man, inside and out. The industry really ruined her. They really did. Yep, I always said they stole her beauty. They robbed her of her beauty and her innocence. Real talk. But she will be forever missed. But as I say, the body lay to rest, but the spirit lives on. So salute to the beautiful Aaliyah. And she looks beautiful in this picture. And as I said, it shows her, she has like a smile smirk on her face. And it shows that one beautiful dimple on the side of her cheek. And she's pointing at the camera like, you got it. I like that. So salute, rest in peace and in power to Aaliyah. And I want to give a salute to Queen Latifah, who put $14 million into affordable housing in her New Work hometown. Salute to that, Queen Latifah, doing great things. I always try to keep up on the current positive things that's going on. And again, salute to all brothers and sisters, not just musicians or artists, anybody in the world that's doing something positive. I salute you, and you are so needed. That's energy that's going out to that great divine and Mama Nature, seen and unseen. That's how it works. But when we got a generous heart and we just doing what that great divine called us to do, that's how the great divine works. All right. Another salute to J. Cole. Happy B-Day goes out to J. Cole. He turns 41. I didn't know I was older than J. Cole. This is a few weeks ago. So happy birthday to J. Cole, one of my favorite artists. He's 41, so salute to that brother. Now let's get to these summaries. My leaders and teachers with a student spirit. Well, I'm going to read one summary, and I'm going to read a page from my book, and I'm going to salute you, Divine Warrior's Own, to your divine life. All right, let's go. Leaders and teachers with a student spirit. We're going to break down why beefing is danger, and it builds anxiety, and it leads to other things. Again, just look at the history of rap battles and beefing. People have lost their lives. I don't know why we don't think about that. If it isn't high infinite power or helping our people, leave it the fuck alone. Beefing, rap battles are no longer necessary or needed, in my opinion. So appreciate our art and break the fucking cycle. Let's go. Leaders and teachers with a student spirit. Being involved in beef, persistent, intense, or hostile conflict, even if it's subtle, even if we're not showing it, it will still sting on the inside, so ponder that. Can cause or significantly heighten anxiety, as I said. The stress from verbal fights, aggression, and constant conflict, especially if it's constant, triggers a fight or flight response, leading to emotional distress, anxiety, and it can influence our children who are watching too. Also in children, lower self-esteem, chronic unresolved arguments often lead to lingering anxiety, fear of conflict, and in some cases, feeling of shame or guilt following outbursts, thus crashing out. Because not everybody can, like I said, some people are too sensitive for rap battles and beefing or any kind of beefing in music. It could be R&B, because sometimes we see that shit too. Comedians, we see it in that shit. If it's not helping and it can't be resolved, leave it the fuck alone. Seriously, because again, outbursts, thus crashing out, because people can act strong on the outside all day. It's what's going on the inner, as we all speak on. Because again, when one is carrying some kind of beef within, it will come out sooner or later. So again, not everybody shows that they're sensitive to beefs. So that's why we shouldn't beef. It's stupid, and not everyone can control or master their emotions. Some people come off defensive. Some people come off joning and talking about you and stuff like that because they can't deal with intellect, And again, I was one that was like that, It took me a long time to know one's intellect, and not thinking we're this smart person. Just be intelligent, Don't just say we're intelligent. Be intelligent, and being intelligent is more than just reading books or college or education. No, intelligence breeds integrity. Intelligence breeds intuition. When we feel something in our gut, first instinct is usually the correct. If we look back down through our life, the woulda, coulda, shoulda syndrome. So just look at what beefing has done to hip hop. You just stop and just ponder that. So my opinion, that's why I don't think it's needed. I'm not going to entertain it. If I see it on platforms, I'm not interested. I don't want to know, and I don't fucking care. I don't care how good the bars are. It's stupid and it's unneeded. And we're in a different time. It's time to do something different, So I don't know. That's, like I said, not everybody can master one's emotions. Some people are sensitive to beefs, and and depending on how the beef goes, even a fun beef, it's still a little sense of anxiety, and it can grow into fester into something big. Because people show their insecurities in different ways. People try to disguise it, but it comes out in different ways. So that's why we have to have integrity and be educated on mastering one's emotions. Paying attention to our behavior, how we feel. Is this necessary? Is rap battles necessary? Again, my opinion, I don't think so. So, all right, let's move over to this page I want to read out of one's book. And again, I'm going to salute you, Divine Warrior Zone, to your divine life. And it's called Unlocking the Vault. And this is page 48. And this is actually on my son's B-Day, 3/20/25. All right, let's go. I don't know. I like to put the dates. 3/20/25. All right, let's go. See through our inner greater self. Be the best at discipline, truth, and honesty. These tools build a great divine warrior. Stop and block all distractions, especially the ones within our body. Studying human nature helps us to see through the chaos of this world and ourselves, and the chaos we have within. If any, for example, the last few weeks has been so peaceful. If anything, let me see. We have within, if any. Yeah, okay. We fight the chaos in the world and chaos within, if any, if we have any. Fight it at all costs. Pinpoint anything in our life, the world, especially ourselves. For example, the last few weeks has been so peaceful. And why is that? And I'm just kind of giving an example. Sometimes we have peaceful moments, because like many of us, like say for instance, could be for me or anyone's listening. If the last few months been very peaceful, not everyone gets that. So salute yourself on the back if you have created a very ultimate peaceful life for yourself. Okay, so this is kind of like an example. For example, the last few months, years, or weeks have been so peaceful, and we say, why is that? Because like many of us, we have awakened. We begin to see all distractions, and life becomes less challenging, and our eyes and mind, body and soul are aware, building an invincible mind. It's wonderful, you know. And that's the key word, building. You know, got to keep building. You know, always be in the space of learning, and never, as I always say, folks, never get to a space where we think we know everything. Keep on cruising, keep on learning. So thank those for coming in to another edition of EBX Discussion, and salute to Lil Wayne. And again, he was our inspiration. Why I got him on the banner. I thought it was dope. The video, the setting, his energy, his frequency. Again, he could have did this whole song by himself. And I like Rick Ross' verse, but in my opinion, he could have did this whole video, this whole song without him. Real talk. So, and this song right here was definitely stadium music, you know. So and again, I love it when it first come on, when the dun 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 dun, and Wayne moving his head to the beat, bobbing it. It was dope. It was dope. So Lil Wayne is definitely a very unique, extraordinary artist. Again, I definitely put him on the extraordinary list of hip hop artists. And this song was uplifting as far as the energy, you know, and how he felt and how he came with that energy. It's wonderful. But like I said, that song How to Love, that's a song we'll never forget. That's how I say, think of the songs we listen to. What songs will we remember the most? Ones with positive energy, and ones that was uplifting, and ones that made us feel somewhat better in our soul, and kept us, you know, those golden memories in our soul, you know. So those some things I had in my spirit, brothers and sisters. You know, stay listening to some good music. Again, look for music from myself, L'Oreal Lyrical, rest in peace and in power. My son, Lord Lamont, as I said a little while ago. And look for a father and son discussion from him and myself. A music session will be coming soon. And I just want to speak on giving my theory and opinion on sticking to high infinite power, helping our people. And you know, and it's time to break the cycle. You know, it's time to do away with this beef and shit. You know, it's stupid and it's unnecessary. I don't think we need it anymore. Rap battles or any of that shit. Focus on the upliftment of our next generation. Focus on good music. Now we can come with the raw shit too now, because we got to speak on the realities of life, the world, the government, and all that shit. Of course, that's a must. We also gonna speak that truth in our hip hop, but let's not get away of having fun with our craft. And don't forget about the love and the upliftment and the spiritual unity worldwide, because hip hop is a universal art and it can't be stopped. But it's time to clean. A lot of things are exposed, and all that fruity weird behavior shit, it's all out there now. We need to get all that shit, beefing, rap battles, this fruity ass behavior, erratic, inappropriate, dumb shit that has nothing to do with fucking music or hip hop. Time to do away with that shit. Let's get back to the music, brothers and sisters. Any kind of music, real music, whether it's golden school or new, you know, let's keep it alive. You know, don't let wicked entities, they have killed it enough. It's time to take the music and hip hop back from wicked entities that don't give a fuck about it. Real talk. So when people are beefing and rap battling, it's wicked entities around us just laughing like, yeah, keep on beefing. That's what they want. So let's get away from that. Get back to the music. All this people losing their lives and talking about each other's family has nothing to do with fucking hip hop. Nothing at all. You know, so I'll say fun rap battles is okay, but still, to me, I don't think we need any of it at all, because it does breed anxiety and stress, and it could lead to outbursts or crashing out. You know, because not everybody can control their emotions. You know, some people are too sensitive for beefing and rapping. So I could be wrong, but again, just look at the past. Just look at the rap battles we've encountered in the past and beefing. Look at people who have lost their lives, and it's a shame that some are still perpetuating that same bullshit here in 2026. You know, we gotta change. So I'm gonna do my part. You know, so I'm not the best rapper, but I'm going to do what that great divine has called me to do, you know, because it's a gift for one. So real talks. And I will never take any kind of gift great divine gives me or any of us. We shouldn't take it for granted. Because as I say, folks, we as humans, we don't know what's going to come down the road. But again, we stay seeking, learning, stay in a place of wholeness within our soul, and do things to uplift the best way we can, even through hard truth. Because we got to get that tough truth too. You know, ain't talking about no soft shit. You know, but firm, like I said in that song in the intro about just here, you know, magnifying the graceful, beautiful gentleness of that great divine and mama nature. But it also can be the two most powerful forces, and they are, and they ain't no can be, they are the two most powerful forces we will ever experience in this life. So none of us really hold any power, because great divine mama nature can wipe us all off the planet and restart this whole thing. So that's why we better appreciate that higher power. Real talk, that real higher power. Not no plagiarized and fake shit. No, I'm talking about the real higher power that make us power within and appreciate that divine power we feel, and it leak over into our gift, brothers and sisters. Any kind of music, but I'm speaking on hip hop. So salute to Lil Wayne and any artist, whether brother or sister. May that great divine just be in our life, keep us strong, and keep us prospering, you know. Don't forget, folks, high infinite power, helping our people, you know. That's what we need to be doing. And this could be any kind of music, you know. Is our music doing that? If we do music, you know, what is our motive for music, you know? Is it for our, I mean, it can be therapeutic, you know, to help us, but I think great divine, that's what vibration is all about, helping another. Because we got to be in the business of what? Building generals, brothers and sisters. So, you know, stay away from beefing as much as possible. Rap battles, anything that brings anxiety, and stay strong. Brother, sister, family in the world, online. If we do music, that Lil Wayne did, that we know, and he did, I think Lil Wayne, and I know Lil Wayne cared about his art. Because again, in that song, How to Love, that showed how passionate he is about his music. And that song told a story. And if you watch the video, it's kind of sad. But yeah, matter of fact, I'm going to put that in your screen. I'm not going to put the high infinite power. No, yes, I will. I'm going to put the video, because I was going to put the Eddie Murphy one, but I'm not going to put that one. I'm going to put the video, the high infinite power video, song I did where I showed my face. And then I'm going to put the How to Love video when I gave another tribute to Lil Wayne and B.O.B. And yeah. Yep. So again, brothers and sisters, listen to some good music, something that's cleansing for our soul, you know, something that don't breed anxiety, you know. And if we do music and hip hop, you know, even my music lovers out there that are not artists, you know, just appreciate and help us to keep hip hop and real music alive, brothers and sisters. And those who do art, who do music and have been doing music, I'm telling you, from Brother EBXCARES and that great divine, break the fucking cycle and please appreciate our art. Salute.